How much on the average does the NCAA make on a yearly basis?
It depends. It depends on how far back we are going. And now, I don't know. I could ponder between 10 to 15 billion to 20 billion. I say it varies. It depends on the activities that goes on. Yeah. Hello, I can hear you again.
How much was it when you were acting DG of NCAA?
Oh, I just acted for a few months.
Revenue profile?
Oh yeah, we don't have the income on a monthly basis, on a daily basis. I've not been able to. I can't sit down here and say this is the actual amount that came under my into my organization during my watch. I cannot actually put a finger on that.
Mr. Nkemaklam, just before we go, because we're already being wound up.
The issue
Mr.
here.
Nkemaklam, if I may come in here, we're already being wound up.
No, we can take it out.
We need to know, just quickly, you talked about how it's on a monthly basis, but we're talking about a revenue projection here, since that's what the budget is about, how much you intend to make and how much you intend to spend. We're asking, I think you gave me some figures. I'm not quite sure if I heard you right. Did you say between 10 billion and 20 billion naira?
Yeah, it depends on the projections. Don't forget that budget is a projection. Don't forget that budget is a projection,
I need to
which
get
you might meet or not meet. So that is what we call budgeting.
I need to get categorically, sir.
Having said that, actually,
may I come in here?
Our mindset here, okay.
Are you saying that on a yearly basis, the NCAA can make by itself between 10 and 20 billion naira on a yearly basis?
Mark, I understand the angle you are taking this from. And first, we are talking about budgeting. We are talking about what is in the budget, what is captured in the budget. You do a budget like every other organization does a budget. It's either you are able to achieve that, or you are not able to achieve that, or you exceed that. Actually, I'm not a budget expert, but from the little time I've spent at this high level in management, I know that that is how budgets varies. It's either you make the budgeted amount, or you don't make the budgeted amount, or you overshoot. The issue I want to stress here is that this issue of operational vehicles, no operational vehicles, these are routine purchases, that cost across, federal government organizations, parastate.
Could you hold on a minute? Could you tell us who approves the budget of the NCAA?
The IGR. The IGR goes through a whole gamut of approvals.
The IGR without any approval from any agency or anybody?
Yeah, you must have approval. It goes through first and foremost, if you budget, it has to go through the internal approval of the top management, and then it goes to the ministry, then it goes to the House of Assembly, then what they call Committee on Aviation in the House. It goes to the Committee of Aviation in the Senate, and so on and so forth. It's a ding-dong affair, they keep on adjusting, taking and putting. And
the funds that these vehicles were purchased with, were they in the budget, and did they go through all this process?
Sure, there is nothing you do that you don't go through there. All your documents must go through that process. It must go through that process. It must go through that process.
Procurement law, some of the requirements is that there must be open advertising, there must be bidding, and it should be published. And which paper, which medium was all of this done before this procurement was done?
Okay, that is basically the due process we are talking about. You have to advertise, you have to ask for bidders and all that. They have to open what they call the expression of interest. There must be representatives. Yes, he went through all that gamut of processing.
Which medium, which paper, what day?
I can't sit down here and be too sure, but I know the procurement department has all that information, which is public.
While you were coming on this, you've read all the articles, all the information out there, and some of the allegation is that this violates the public procurement law. And I mean, you're looking at this a maximum of 10 years imprisonment. I mean, you read all of this, and if you were coming for this, one would have imagined or taken for granted that you have all of this information at your fingertips, but now you say you can't tell us.
No. No, Chamberlain, don't get me wrong. I'm telling you, as I sit here, I'm not supposed to be a moving office anyway. I understand you need information, and I'm telling you that this information is very much available. It's very much available. If anybody wants to see the documents, to see the advert, to see what due processes, the documents are all there. I wouldn't know what your line of questioning would be if I had an inkling. So, I said, okay, these are the documents. It was advertised in so date and all that.
But again, let's make this a little bit straightforward. Did these go through the National Assembly specifically?
Chamberlain, can you hear me?
I wanted you to clarify for us, if we're talking about due process, did these also go through the National Assembly?
Yeah, I said that these due processes involves going through the National Assembly. We have the Committee on Aviation on the House of Reps has an oversight function on my organization, as much as the Senate House Committee on Aviation. So there is no document, if we are talking about IGR approvals and all that. Yes, it must go through those organizations.
Lots of people who are watching, tweeting, want to see you back on the show, but if you could make it to the Lagos studio so that we can hear you properly and make sense of all that you have said, I mean, so that they can hear you properly. But it's an open invitation. We don't mind if you will return and shed some more light on this matter. Well, we want to thank you for coming on today. We've been speaking with Mr. Joyce Nkemaklam, who is the Director, Aerodrome and Airspace of the NCA, the man whose signature appears in some of those documents that you've seen making the rounds. We'll be back in I beg your pardon. Oh, dear.
We're gone.
That's it for today. We thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Usof.
Thank you for staying tuned. I'm Naope Ogun.
Well, many thanks. I'm hoping that he can cash in on that open invitation and have NCA back again in the studios. Well, I'm Sulaiman Alede.
See ya.